Hi, I'm Angela and I went to high school in Richmond and Steveston London Secondary School. I'm currently in the first year of my master's program in the Pathology and Laboratory Medicine program, which belongs to the Faculty of Medicine at UBC. I'm currently studying cancer, specifically myelodysplastic syndromes, or MDS. Just to give you a little bit of background information, in MDS, patients lose a large chunk of DNA in their bone marrow cells, and these cells just expand, they just grow so fast, and they replace the normal cells in the bone marrow. And one of the main results include not being able to effectively produce red blood cells. So these patients could eventually die from anemia and organ failure because they just don't generate enough blood. I decided to study MDS for my degree because I'm fascinated by the hematopoiesis process. And I also think that stem cells are really cool. Why not? Also, on a more serious note, cancer is a very serious disease and it affects so many people. And the longer that our lifespan gets, with the advancement of medicine, the more likely that we're all going to get cancer one day, eventually. So I feel like this is a very relevant field of research, and I think it will be very inspiring to be able to make an impact in this field someday, even a little bit. So I grew up with the stereotypical concept of the scientist as a very introverted, isolated genius who's always cooped up in her or his laboratory working on stuff all the time. But I learned, to my surprise, through my undergraduate degree and what I've seen so far in grad school, that successful science requires networking, teamwork, and very effective communication, which was a very terrible shock for me because I'm actually a really shy, introverted person. So I would say that my studies has changed my perspective of the role that I hope to fill in my future as a successful scientist, and I'm working on those networking and communication skills. I'm very interested in the visual arts, painting, sketching, ceramics, and sculptures. I did some of that in high school, and I'm very interested in photography, even though I definitely do not own one of those professional cameras, but I hope to be able to afford one day, because I think that's a very, very personal way to see things through other people's perspective. I'm just really amazed by the concept of being able to portray the same object or the same view in different ways, how personalized it can be. As for art that I do engage in, I did grow up playing the piano. I also did do some ceramics and sculptures in high school, and I had a lot of fun doing that. I really like getting my hands into stuff and being able to create with my hands what I see in my head. Hopefully I can do that in research too. And I also like to do just simple DIY projects. And for those Hayao Miyazaki fans out there, this kind of mutated Totoro pillow is one of those DIY projects. So science students get to learn cool facts all the time, but the fact that really stuck with me was that about 98% of all the atoms in a human body are replaced every year, which means all of us are pretty much completely different people than we were 2 or 3 years ago, literally. And I think that's really amazing. So that's all about me. It was nice meeting you. Bye.